Hey everybody, Holly here. I hate starting videos. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I live in my van and am driving all over the US and Canada right now making videos with my iPhone. I know it doesn't look like I'm in a car, and that's because I'm not. I'm actually staying at my friend Angel's house in New Orleans right now. I've been here over a week and I'm so in love with everything that I've done here so far. So be sure to check out my videos of all of the fun things I've been up to while I've been here. The other thing I just have to say right off the bat, thank you so much to my first Patreon pledge. Her name is Camila Dabrowska. Camila, thank you so much. You are my first Patreon pledge. I got the email and I can't thank you enough. I was starting to get a little embarrassed for having a Patreon with no pledges. So thank you so much for breaking my seal, being my first pledge. I so appreciate that you enjoy what I'm doing, and if anyone else is interested in supporting my travels, allowing me to do more things, traveling for longer, making more videos, I will post everything in the description box below. Otherwise, it's just patreon.com/Holli Huckleberry. You can read a little bit more about what Patreon is all about on their website. But today's video is a topic that I personally find interesting, and it was something that I had to think about when I made the decision to move into my van. And this is also kind of like a product review, and it's all about that time of the month, and believe it or not, it's come. This is my first period on the road. Yay! But I love talking about all things women, and I like to kind of experiment with like what femininity is, and I think empowering women to like make the choice that's most comfortable for them is really important. So today's going to be about periods. When I decided to sort of take control of my own health, the Diva Cup is the one that really stood out to me, and I have one right here. This is also an unboxing video, believe it or not. So I actually started using the Diva Cup back in December of 2014. I got it as a gift. Thanks, Mundo. That was one of the best presents I've ever gotten. I was so excited when I got it. I actually am just replacing my Diva Cup for the first time. So it is now April of 2017. It's been about 2.5 years. Granted, I have not used my Diva Cup every single day of every single period. I would say probably 75 to 80% of my periods I'm using my Diva Cup, but still, you're gonna get at least 2 years out of your Diva Cup if you so choose. So here I have my new Diva Cup. Basically, what attracted me to the Diva Cup was the fact that you can leave it in for up to 12 hours. I am kind of a lazy person. I'm always looking for the easiest way out of something and the cheapest. I can tend to be kind of a cheap person in general, just looking for bargains, you know? But you can leave this in for 12 hours, and that was the biggest attraction for me. It's also very eco-friendly because I only have to buy one every 2.5 years, I guess. So it already removes the expense of purchasing tampons, which tampons and pads are super expensive. They also contain chemicals that can be pretty harmful to your body. They're harmful to the environment. It just felt like a win-win-win-win situation. I fell in love with it right away. It took me a while to get down the application of the Diva Cup, and there are videos on YouTube that will show you different folds. In fact, I'll just show you actually. Let's open this up. Sorry, I'm new to this YouTube thing. I've only been doing this for, I don't know, 6 months maybe, and I don't really I don't script my videos. I hardly write notes. I didn't do any homework for this video. All of the knowledge is the stuff that I learned about the Diva Cup years ago when I was researching what to get. So you get a really cute little bag. I've always used the bag. It's really helpful and discreet, especially if you like have to carry it into the bathroom with you without a purse. Like, this is like pretty unobvious. It looks like you could have lipstick in there or whatever. So nice little canvas bag. It's washable, so that's nice, and drawstring closure. We have directions. Now there are 2 sizes. Size 1 is for under 30 years of age or who have never been pregnant. And then size 2 is for people who are over 30 years of age or who have been pregnant. So they have little directions with some images on how to fold it. Like I said, there are YouTube videos out there. You can just type in how to put in a Diva Cup. You'll find lots of different videos of people who do different kinds of folds. But yeah, they have lots of directions and stuff. I don't read directions, I use YouTube. And here we have it. I bought this because I'm on the road right now, and I realized that my last one was needing to be replaced. It was like 25 bucks. It was on Amazon Prime, so I got it right away. So yeah, this is what a new Diva Cup looks like. Now, the reason I knew I needed to have my old one replaced was it started to discolor, and that didn't really bother me. It took a long time for the discoloration to start though, which I was impressed by that. And of course I washed it properly. I think that helps, of course. But the other aspect to it was it started to smell gross. And it went from like not smelling at all till just one day it was like disgusting, and I just had to throw it away. So here I have my new cup. As you can see, I believe it's just silicone. It's very, bendy, soft. Yeah, so basically how I do it, and they're like, some people fold it this way. Just keep in mind, I don't have a front facing screen, so like I can't really see what I'm doing here. This is like a really minimalistic vlog setup that I have, so sorry if you guys can't see it. The way that I like to do it is I fold it in like that, and I just do that sort of fold and stick it right on up. I think having some moisture involved is helpful, whether that is getting this wet, which usually what you're doing is you put it in, and then when you're ready to change it, you take it out and you wash it, and then you put it back in. So it already has some moisture. Like, just feeling it right now, because it's brand new, I'm like, ooh, I would not want to shove that inside of me. No, sir. Yeah, so here it is. So when I decided to move into my van and do this trip, and thought to myself, is this gonna continue to be a good method for me? And ultimately, the answer is yes. I've been really happy with my Diva Cup. I have encouraged many other women to use the Diva Cup. A lot of my friends recently switched to the soft cups, and I was really interested in that. It's another cup that is reusable, and you can leave it in for 12 hours. The added benefit to the soft cups is you can have sex while wearing them. And so I bought a box and I tried them, and I was just like, no, I couldn't figure it out. I kept like leaking, and I just felt like now in my life it's not a good time for me to be trying new things like that, especially when I am really happy with my Diva Cup. And this did take me a little bit of time to get down, just to give someone a horror story. And I'm sure if you are grossed out at periods and you don't want to hear this information, I'm assuming you've clicked away. Like, why are you watching this? Go away. Just to give you guys a quick horror story, and this did happen to me, but it still didn't deter me from this. I had just started using it, and it was a heavy day for sure. I have a few really heavy days in my period, and I was just laying in bed on my computer, and all of a sudden I felt like warmth like everywhere, and it turns out it just like dumped in and out of me, like around the cup, like the suction didn't work. And I mean, it like got into, like it went through like my sheets and my bedding, like got on my mattress. It was it was so gross. It was disgusting. So that was like the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But it only happened that once. So yeah, I mean, trial and error, that you kind of have to do that with everything. But I just knew, like, living out of my car, there are gonna be times where I won't have a bathroom every 6 hours, or I won't want to go to the bathroom every 6 hours. When I am sleeping in my van, I cut myself off from drinking liquids after like 9 o'clock because I don't want to have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So I'm not going to put myself at risk for toxic shock syndrome by using the Diva Cup. I can leave it in, and it's cheaper too. It's cheaper. I don't have to carry around a bunch of tampons with me. You know, when I just have a little backpack with me for the day, this does the trick. One other item that I do have to carry with me is my Diva wash. Now, you can use any hypoallergenic soap. You can use like any just like gentle, natural, non-scented soap. I purchased this brand after trying another brand that I did not like. I didn't like the smell. It still was non-scented, but I hated the smell of it. I didn't like the consistency, and I've been really happy with the consistency and everything about this product. If you are watching this and you know of a good soap to use that is cheaper than this stuff, please write it in the comments section below, because once I'm out of this, I would like to try something else, because I just assume there's something cheaper out there. But yeah, this is what you wash it with, and you wash it after every use. It is absolutely okay for you to skip a wash every now and then, but I would never skip a wash I would never do it more than every other change. A few cons to the Diva Cup, apart from, you know, it spilling out that one time, and it's leaked a few times, but it really just hasn't bothered me enough to make me stop. I have noticed that it will give me worse cramps, and it might be an application thing. I might not be putting it in deep enough. I also have an IUD, and I've heard different opinions on mixing the Diva Cup with an IUD, but ultimately it hasn't really been an issue. I do think that the Diva Cup makes me a little bit crampier. And then there are certain bathrooms where you are in a public bathroom and you dump out the blood into the toilet and then you go out to the sink and you have to rinse it. And there are moments where you aren't gonna want to. You're not comfortable with that. Now, I have heard in Europe, these are super popular, and it is totally normal to just go out into your public sink area and wash out your Diva Cup, and people just aren't bothered by it. You know, I would like to think that America is headed in that direction, because these are gaining popularity very quickly, but it's still a downside. If you're a really insecure person, you will probably avoid that at all costs. But again, how often is that going to happen in your daily life? If you're going to dinner at a restaurant where you know it's not a private bathroom, you could just change it before you go there, because you can leave them in for 12 hours. So it's like, you can kind of get around that issue as well. It just kind of takes some thought. But I have been caught in that situation where I'm like, uh-oh. Like, hopefully no one comes around the corner, because, you know, it's gross. Why are you not working? This stupid thing. My tripod's in my car and I don't want to get it. Like, are you dead already? So, you know, 2.5 years into using the Diva Cup, I would still highly recommend it. Just because I was opening up this package, I just wanted to show everyone my Diva Cup before I used it and just kind of start this conversation. I haven't done any videos like this, but again, these are topics that I'm passionate about, that I would love to talk about, and I'm really interested in hearing people's thoughts or questions in the comment section below. And as far as like van dwelling, I think that the Diva Cup is the best option. And now I have to go put this inside of me, because yeah. So I'm actually going to be headed to Florida within a couple days. I'm leaving New Orleans. I have been having so much fun here. Oh, I love it here so much, and I hope everyone has enjoyed my videos from New Orleans, but it is time to move on. So I will be leaving this bedroom, this lovely room that I'm staying in, and I will probably still have my period because my periods last forever. So I will probably have some follow-up. Really? I'm just gonna hold it. I am about to be back on the road, back living in my van full time. I will probably still have my period. So I might have some follow-up thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. I would love to make more videos like this. So please, yeah, give me your feedback, and if you wanna hear like an update on my periods, maybe in a few months, I'd be happy to share it with you on what it's like to have your period while living in a Mazda 5. Especially in like hot weather. Hot weather and like periods, you know? It's gross. Okay, well, that's that. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching, I commend you. And I look forward to having a conversation with anyone who wants to talk about it. I will see you guys very soon, and thank you so much for watching. Girl power.